This past summer has been quite unusual for our crews. Starting in late July, we transported a wildfire crew up Anstey Arm to put out a fire before it spread. And yes, a few days later, when the fire was out, we went back and brought them home. In August, we were tasked with evacuating some of the fire-trapped residents from North Shuswap. Leaving Sicamous at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, both boats were dispatched and began the evacuation task, bringing men, women, and children to Blind Bay. This continued throughout the night, with the final boat returning to base at 4 o'clock in the morning. But our work was not finished. As forest fires seem to become more of the norm in BC, we have typically seen activity on the lakes reduced when smoke was at its heaviest, and therefore rescue missions were reduced. This was not the case in 2023. Our crews continued on a daily basis to provide food and medications to the residents of Magna Bay and Seymour Arm for a number of weeks while roads were closed and all access to homes were cut off.
Yeah, I'm Rob Sutherland, stationed there of Station 106. This year we had a pretty busy year. We didn't expect that. We started out pretty slow, and it was a very different year. And then I was getting non-stop updates and phone calls and requests for our boats to begin evacuation of Scotch Creek. Eventually evacuated 50 people, and then began shore searches for others left behind, and then did a shore search as well. They found kayakers, didn't know where to go. The smoke was just so thick nobody could see anything. Hooked up some boaters. There were 5 people on a boat. They just had no idea where they were. The smoke was so thick. So we escorted them back to Blind Bay. The second day began with different operations and more of a humanitarian aid type situations, where we're delivering food to evacuees in the 2 camps in Angamont and Seymour Arm, medical supplies, prescriptions, emergency prescriptions.
We were dispatched Friday afternoon around 4 o'clock. It got dark quite quickly near the Copper Island, and then the orange glow, it was like sailing into the hubs of hell, and then we really started noticing the smoke, having some difficulty breathing, and it was hectic. We were to extract as many people as we could from the docks in Scotch Creek and then deliver them over to Blind Bay. The roads were blocked, and so evac with boats was the only solution to get people out. The last group that we took off the dock in Scotch Creek were firefighters, a dad and his 2 kids. They were the last ones leaving, and they said they had just watched their own home burn down after seeing the fire hall burn down and their own home. So it was quite an emotional time for a lot of people.